welcome to my channel, or welcome back, loyal viewers. I'm Kerry, the nosy housefrau, and today I'll be sticking my nose in on the hot topic of Jaclyn Hill's drugstore look that has products that actually came from a drugstore. Some of you asked me to chime in on this on Twitter, and far be it from me to deny you your requests. I aims to please. And I did watch the video, and I have to tell you, aside from being completely certain that the girl has ADD, I felt that there was really nothing wrong with it too much. I'm sorry, don't come for me. I think if you like Jaclyn Hill, you'd like that video. It was her being quirky and funny, but I will tell you some thoughts I had on it. And I apologize, I'm punchy, so I'm not worried about laughing because most of you like that. I really appreciate that. Let me just pause to say thank you so much for all of your compliments. When I started vlogging, I was fully prepared for the hate. I was not prepared for all the love. I had no idea how wonderful people would be to me, and I really, really appreciate you more than I can say. I get compliments that I can't even believe. So thank you so much, and I'm glad that I'm able to help people, even if it's just with my ramblings. So, back to the case at hand, the drama situation. Jaclyn's video starts out with her complaining about her hair and saying, how can I put this delicately, that she felt it was inappropriate given her décolletage to have hair like a schoolgirl. And yet she used this thumbnail that looks like she's in an 80s music video. So then she begins her video and she feels she's a little more appropriate, and she starts her video by complaining about her hair again. It's ponytails. If you don't like it, take it out. I mean, from where I'm standing, you're lucky. Most of my hair doesn't even grow out of my head. But if you don't like your pigtails, you don't have to be in pigtails. How poor is your time management? Just take out the little ponytail holders, run a hot iron over it if you want to. Voila, the hairstyle of your choice. No one put a gun to your head and said you had to look like that. Wear the ponytails. She also continues to work those ponytails that she hates so much through the entire video. But again, when I watch somebody, I try to watch them through the eyes of their best critics. I think that's the best way to be as objective as you can. I really think that if you like Jaclyn, you'd really like that video. She was herself. She was kind of, quirky.
Yeah, I kind of just blacked out and then ended up with pigtails.
But what I will say is that I don't believe that her timing, again, she has time management and ADD issues. I don't think she's being quite accurate. You guys tell me, do you think you could do that face in 15 minutes? And also, let's say you could. You probably could if you're used to it and you whip through it on a regular basis. I think that's pushing it, though. And I don't know about you, but I had to be at school at 7 in the morning. So 15 minutes every single day would be a problem for me. I wouldn't be realistic. It would be more like 5 minutes. And let's go back to the 80s. Some of us are still alive from then. It was just like yesterday. We didn't really have highlighters. She uses 2 kinds of highlighters. I mean, she's doing this fresh, quick and easy look where she uses 15 different products. And that to me is not quick and easy. And she also said that she didn't want to put anything on her eyelids because she was trying to trick people into thinking she's wearing less makeup. I think that's a poor choice. She just went over her cheeks and contouring and rouge and 2 highlighters and more blush and more blending. Believe me, by the time you're done, that is not a face that anybody thinks has no makeup, so you might as well do the most important thing, which is your eyelids. If you don't put any other makeup on, just by putting a little bit of something on your eyes, even if it's just that bronzer on your upper lid, you're going to open your eyes so much. So I found that kind of surprising. I liked her idea of, being more sparing in other places, but I just didn't think she executed that the way that would be most flattering. By the end, even on camera, she looked like she was wearing a ton of makeup. And when she started out, she looked like she already had mascara and eyeliner on. Perhaps she's had eyeliner tattooed and I'm just unaware of it. She said it's been a long time she's had any Botox, but I can tell you those lips have been to the doctors recently. She looks like she's about to blow out her Cupid's bow. Remember when Trisha Paytas would go to she still gets way big lips, but she went in and asked for the full gargoyle and they had to fix her Cupid's bow. She had to have corrective procedures on that. So I think there's a time to stop. And Jaclyn is very pretty, and she wound up doing a beautiful look, but not one that I particularly think would get you to school very fast. And she did acknowledge that she was going to take longer because she was speaking about it. But there were so many steps, and a different color here, and a different color there, and the T-zone and this, and just kept layering and layering. And then she did sponge all over the face, even though her cheeks, she said, were thinner. I just thought at the end that she had put on so much makeup, and I started laughing, and my son came in, and I said, would you even be able to get to school? I mean, if you had to do this much work on your face, like in the makeup chair, I just think you could do 5 minutes. And let me show you, by the way, a look that I think is really fresh and youthful and not that heavy. See, this to me is a young girl who is wearing, by the way, this is a Neutrogena bronzer that she's wearing. That is a drugstore product. I'll put it up on the screen. Look at how she just has a light, it looks like a light dusting. She's really taking advantage of her youthful, perfect skin. When I was 16, you know, we didn't have to cover up that much, but we didn't have highlighters. If we were lucky, we could get a really light eyeshadow and kind of make our own. Now let me tell you about makeup in my day. I had to be at school at 7. And this was the procedure for the makeup, because everything was ready the night before. Clothes, book bag, it was all ready. The makeup went as follows. A foundation that you put on with your fingers, eyeshadow, mascara, you had a 2-colored blush, the darker one went below the lighter one, and lipstick, and you were done. And it was very important that the lipstick be appropriate, because my mother was specific about that. You're not leaving this house with baboon-ass red lipstick. It's embarrassing. You're too young. So, I was lucky I got to wear makeup at all. But 5 minutes was the amount of time that we could put our makeup on. And I think when you're doing that day after day after day, 15 minutes is quite a lot. You could work that into your schedule. Absolutely, that's a personal thing. But I feel like she just used so much product, so many different colors. It was not a young, fresh-faced look. And for me, the only thing she didn't do was the one thing she should do, which is a little more on the eyelid. Especially when you're young, you can get away with that. You know, to each their own. I just thought it was a very heavy look. But again, I'm not really faulting her for that. It's her choice. A lot of people feel she does the same look. I felt like she definitely had some makeup on her eyes to begin with. She was definitely careful to avoid the M word. I think you know what I mean. And I think she realizes that's kind of where she went wrong in her last video, but she's not going to address that. You know, there's a couple of elephants in the room that aren't being addressed, but who can blame her for that? That's just finally some good advice, frankly. This was the video she should have made the first time when she was doing makeup on a budget. So this video was Jaclyn trying to reconnect with her consumers, her viewers, and trying to gain consumer confidence in her brand. The more of this she puts out, the more she feels she's relatable, and everything else that happened in the past can be water under the bridge. They're counting on people forgetting, which they do, and they will attempt to relaunch her brand. I don't think people are going to be forgetful enough, but we'll see what we see. I did get the giggles through this video because the more she spent time on her face adding another concealer, this is C2, this is C10, and this goes here, and this fast, fresh look, I just felt like she might always be someone who has a problem with time management and structuring something. And I just imagined her spending what she thinks is 10 minutes on her face, but like missing all of her classes.
Sometimes brushes can be faster. Some people think it doesn't matter. I'll just use this and go in and just start blending. And I am working quickly. So using this and pouncing it in, I feel like it's just so much better. Like little itty bitty sunspots, which I'm not happy about. And this foundation blends out like such a dream. So I'll just take the sponge and go like this. So I'm gonna take that and tap on the under eye. I'm gonna take those same powders. I'm gonna touch my chin with it. I just lightly tap that so that it stays smooth. Add that yellow shade. And then I'm just going to take that and go almost like a fake bake. Oh my God, okay, great. There's pigment there. Well, it's a good thing that I love blush because, oh my God! Let me go in and try to fix this. I'm gonna go back with the Makeup Revolution and just try to tone this down a pin. This looks skiing. I really did something there. That's bright, it's new. And I haven't used this color, but I can't get it open. It's a pretty color. Stop with the brush.
Hello, Miss Hill. This is Susie Bledsoe at the high school. I'm calling to check on Jaclyn. She didn't make it in again today. She's going to need a doctor's note. Thank
Now I'm
you.
going to curl my eyelashes, which is such an important step for me. I personally pulsate when I do this for maybe 5 to 7 seconds. Rinse the face.
Jaclyn Hill, please report to the dean's office. Jaclyn Hill, please report to the dean's office.
Ooh, hello! I'm thinking about other concerns. Hello! La 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 la. Okay.